107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for the fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair. All topics are for entertainment purposes only. None of the information presented in this video or by B-Girl TV should be taken as fact. Every situation is based on personal experience. Pretty Image Boutique is located in the Centro Comercial de los Pueblos Mall, located in Panama City, just 15 minutes away from Tocumen Airport. We specialize in hair care, wig extensions, and much more. Come visit us. Hello, guys. Welcome to a live recap. Okay, we're recapping today. How is everyone doing? I know this is like a spur of the moment. I haven't I did not plan to go live. I tried to go live earlier and a whole bunch of stuff was happening. And I said, you know what? Let me just leave it at 3:30 like I planned because I tried to go live earlier. Anyway, guys, what is going on? Buenas. Hello. Okay, so I wanted to recap for those of you who did not get a chance to check out the webinar. I know there are people that were in the webinar that's in this live right now. I want to say this though. The webinar was something that I really wanted to make special for you guys because it was something that you guys you had an obligation to it. You were financially obligated to the webinar. So I wanted to make sure that it was quality and you guys got your money's worth. But overall, I think that the webinar, it turned out really well, okay? I've gotten emails from everyone asking me to do another webinar. I have not set the date yet on when the webinar will be because I have to get my brain cells together because even putting on that webinar was very draining for my brain. But I will be doing another webinar. This webinar, though, will be only about real estate, okay? So if you are interested in purchasing, doing Airbnbs, things of that sort, that is what that webinar is going to be about because we're going to go pretty in depth with that as far as real estate is concerned. So, hi, Dawn from Florida. I have not set the date yet, though. I have not set the date. I want to relax a little bit from last night's webinar because I'm telling you, it really drained me because I'm like a perfectionist and I wanted to make sure that you guys got what you paid for. I'm going to play a clip from last night. I'm not going to play all of it because it just won't be right. But just to give you guys just a little teaser on what the webinar was about last night, check this out. Now, this is my personal business, y'all, okay? I'm putting out my personal business out here, and I just want to tell you that this does not include anything that has to do. So that's not pretty much it. There was a lot of things that we discussed during the webinar, but that's just a little snippet. I did get really personal and put out some of my business out there. I was going to put out more of my business, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go that far in. But yeah, so if you are interested in viewing the webinar on the replay, which is pretty much the same thing, except for the replay, I actually allowed people to live chat and ask questions. The replay, obviously, you won't be able to ask questions because it's the replay. But I'm pretty sure anything that anybody asks, or pretty much what you ask, I'm quite sure that somebody else probably asked it already. Who knows? But you can actually see it or view it on the website, okay? This is exclusive content, I'm sorry, and it will only be available on the website. So if you are interested in viewing the replay, you can catch it at www.vgirltv.com. You can buy it or you can rent it. Okay. You can rent it for 72 hours. So basically you watch, because I know people don't like to download things on their computer because it, takes up too much space. So you don't have to. Okay. You can, if you do buy it, you can buy it. It doesn't matter. You can keep it, have it for you for the rest of your life. But if you want to rent it just for a minimum time, 72 hours, just to watch it and write down or take whatever notes you need to take, and you move on. I do want to say this though. Well, no, I'm going to leave that for another day, another conversation. But yeah, so that was that as far as the webinar was concerned. If you were in the webinar last night, let me know in the comment section. How did you feel about the webinar? What do you think? If you have any suggestions, I know that some people were saying that because, it says, even though I said that the webinar started at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there are people that do not live on Eastern Standard Time. They don't live in that location. So they got confused with the time, and the application that I use, it doesn't convert the time. So that's the reason why I kept letting you guys know that it's Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time, so that you guys can calculate, because I'm not even on Eastern Standard Time. We're literally like 1 hour behind. Hi, GS, 1 hour behind. So in order for me to be on Eastern Standard Time, I had to start at 7 o'clock for it to start at 8 o'clock. So that's just a little FYI. I know it was a little bit of confusion. Another thing is, guys, whatever information, oh my God, let me charge my battery. Oh my goodness, hold on, because we're about to get cut off. Hold on. Woo. We were about to get cut off. I completely forgot to charge my computer. Okay. So another thing that I also wanted to make clear, that a lot of the information I put on my community tab, because I know there was some type of mix up. In the community tab, that's the only way that I am able to communicate with you guys outside of email. So when I do these webinars, I send the links through your email address, and it's always the email address that you use to register. So whatever email address you use to purchase your ticket for the webinar, that is the email. That's the only way that I'm going to be able to communicate with you guys, is through the email that you sent and through the community tab. Because I know some people are like, oh, I never got the email. And I'm like, I have proof that I sent you the email. And they're like, oh yeah, well, I didn't check that email address. So guys, when we do the next webinar, please, please, please pay attention to details. If you have questions, you can email me. You can check the community tab. This is the way that I communicate with you guys, is through the community tab. But other than that, the webinar was very insightful. It had a lot of information from the panelists that were on the panel. If you were there, let me know in the comment section. If you were there, let me know. I'm going to show you where you can go ahead and purchase the webinar or rent the webinar if that is something that you choose to do. Let me show you. All right. Let me just close out my tab, y'all, because I don't know what I have in my background. All right. So the first thing that you are going to do is, hold on, share screen. All right, so you're going to go to www.vgirltv.com. My internet is a little slow. Okay, and so it says you have arrived. Okay, so there's two ways that you can get to it. Okay, this is the website right here. You can sign up. I don't know why this is doing that, but this has been giving problems lately. I'm just going to put in an email address. Okay. So you can actually just scroll to the bottom if you are looking for it this way, and it'll show you like the preview. You can watch the preview. Just fast forward this. And you can like, they show you like the clips, okay? Or another way you can go in is go through where it says shop/events, and you can click Move to Panama with V-Girl TV webinar, the playback. Okay, and you can click on the playback, add it to your cart, and purchase it, and then we'll send you a separate link. But if you don't want to go through that, you can go directly to the website itself, and you can watch it directly through the website. Let me show you how you do it through the through the homepage. All right, you can hit where it says subscribe. And you can hit either you already have an account or you don't. More than likely you don't, because this is a new thing that we're doing here. You can sign up with Google using one of your own Google addresses. Hit subscribe. And then you can choose one of your pricing plans. So there's two options. You can do the early access, or you can do the go access, which makes you available, well, not available, but you are able to get exclusive information, or content that is not going to be on YouTube, because this is actually not going to be on YouTube, okay? Or you just go in, if you don't want to do the plan, you could just go in the other way, like I said, and just purchase it this way, okay? So it's two options if you want to see that. Hola, fam Chitre. Hello. So yeah, that is that as far as the webinar is concerned. Anyway, it is so hot today in Panama, like extremely hot. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Talk to me. I have I have really good news that's coming up. I am going to interview. I have 3 interviews lined up. 3. One of the interviews that I have lined up that is coming up later on this month is the Jamaican consulate. She is the consulate of Jamaica here in Panama. I have another interview coming out with Anthony Malvo. I don't know if you know who Anthony Malvo is, but he is a veteran. He is a Jamaican reggae artist from back in the day. So I'm interviewing him. And then I'm also interviewing the first ever female reggae and Espanol artist. So I have 3 interviews coming up this month, and they will be available on YouTube, so you don't have to worry. Okay, for those of you who like free content, those 3 interviews will definitely be on YouTube. So I'm super excited for those interviews. Okay. I am super duper excited to have to do those interviews. Those interviews though will not be live. Okay. The only one that will be live is with no, not La Atrevida, Carmencita Anderson. So that's the only one that's going to be live. The other 2 is not going to be live, guys. Okay? Just to put that out there. Yeah, you guys are spoiled, beyond spoiled. Okay, I give you guys free content so much that now it's like, oh. So yeah. So Carmencita, she is humble. I really like her. She's a gentle spirit and she has a lot of flow. So those are the interviews that's coming up. And yes, I'm sweating. These lights have me sweating right now. What else is going on? Let me think. Oh, I think I already told you guys that I'm doing another webinar. Another webinar is coming up. Did I mention that or no? The only reason why I'm doing another webinar really so not even really so close is because the people that were in the webinar yesterday, they were like, they want another webinar. They can't wait for another webinar. So I am going to do another one per you guys' request. But I don't know if I already said what it was about. If I did not tell you what the new webinar, well, the next webinar is going to be about, let me know in the comment section because I don't want to keep repeating the same thing. Anyway, Sizzla is in Panama, y'all. He's right now at the Museum of Reggae en Español. So that's exciting. He's always in Panama. So yeah, guys, that is about it. I don't want to keep you guys on here much longer because I know you guys have things to do and these lights plus outside, look, I'm sweating right now. So I don't want to be on here too long, and I also don't want to bore you guys. So if you were in the webinar last night, let me know in the comment section what you thought about it. Should I play the clip again? I don't know if I should play the clip again. You guys are just going to have to watch this on a replay. All right, guys, I am going to go because I'm burning up right now. It's a heat wave right now in Panama. Oh, you did? You seen the whole interview with Bobby Condors? I'm gonna try to get that interview on my channel. I'm gonna ask if I can actually get that interview on my channel. That goes to show you guys, I've been doing this for a long time. I started, I guess, I don't know what you would call this, but I started from when I was 15 years old. But it's my fault. I should have been a little bit more consistent and I should have been following up. I probably would have been way further, but pereza. Sometimes it's pereza. Sometimes you just feel like, but God's timing is right. There was the right timing. So I shouldn't be dwelling on what I should have done. I am here now and that's that. So for those of you who do not know, I did do an interview with Bobby Condors when I was on the Reggae Talk podcast with Reggae Music Forever. Let me see if I can find it for you so you guys can get a clip. How did you find the video though? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, here goes, y'all. Hold on. I'm going to share a little bit. I'm going to share it so you can see a little bit of the interview. You guys can check it out. But yes, I did interview Bobby Condors. If you don't know who Bobby Condors is legendary in the New York scene for reggae and dancehall. Here we go, y'all. You know I gotta fast forward. I don't want no strikes.
I think like spoon feeding them to it's similar to a CD player. Definitely.
For Bobby, yes, Bobby Condors, yes, Bobby Condas. Bobby Condas, what one?
All right, guys, here we go.
Yo, nothing laid back here. First of all, you didn't answer the question. Where'd you come from?
Yeah.
Where was you at?
This time, I'm coming from Panama.
All right.
Panama.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yo,
That's nice.
I had to double check because I know
Yo,
she be
that's the
traveling
Son,
so
she
much.
danced around the question.
Yeah. Like,
We're gonna review this. We're gonna review this together because I haven't seen this interview in a minute. So this is so funny.
Who you hiding from?
Nobody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But yo, Bobby Condas, give thanks, man. It's really an honor
Absolutely.
to have you grace Reggae Talk Podcast. It's man. I say,
Big up Reggae Talk Podcast.
you know
Thanks
what
for
I mean?
having me.
We appreciate you coming
For
through
real.
because
It's love.
you know, man. I say,
it's our pleasure.
people, if you know about New York City, you know about reggae and dancehall in New York City. Bobby Condas is synonymous with New York City when it comes to reggae and dancehall. Bobby Condas is synonymous with reggae and dancehall globally. You know what I say? So
Definitely.
for
Oh my God, seeing myself is so crazy. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Let me keep it.
for
going.
Bobby Condas to value what we're doing and to actually take time out of his busy schedule to come to the Reggae Talk Podcast is truly an honor. You know what I say? So
Thank
I mean,
you for the kind words.
yeah, man. You know the thing about Bobby and V Monroe. You said you have some fond memory of Bobby Condas from you know what I say way back in the day and thing
you
and thing.
know, I'm not about to tell you guys how old I am.
Mm-hmm.
However, I used to be a Flex girl, a host on Flex in Brooklyn, who had a major influence in dancehall in 90s and 2000. And I
You was on
remember
that Brook Up
Flex in Brooklyn was that was a whole that's a safari.
Girl.
That's a
Safari.
safari.
For those,
Kevin Crown.
Yes,
Yo,
all of them. I know all
Shayna
of them.
was a dancer back then.
Trooper. Shout
What?
out to Trooper.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
And I remember Ozzy Oz taking us up to Hot 97, and you know, Bobby Condas and Jabba interviewed us, and I remember that memory fondly because I was so excited. And I had my mom. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna be on the radio. I'm gonna be on the radio.
Yeah,
And
man.
I was just thinking like I was gonna be this big famous person after that. But I truly appreciate that because you didn't have to do that for us. And during that era, we did not have people to look up to. So
Yeah, man.
you, Jabba, we appreciate you, and
Yeah,
and
man.
it's so good to be here 20 years
Yo,
later.
look, man, I remember being 8 years old, listening to cassette players.
Yes,
Know what I
rewind
mean?
and play.
And listening to the radio every Sunday, tuned in to listen to Bobby Condas and Java. It was
Guys,
like major.
can't believe
I used to
this
actually
is
press
big.
record and play
Yes.
and record it on my cassettes just so I could have it for the week to listen to my Walkman. For those of the kids that don't know what a Walkman is, it's something similar to a CD player.
They don't know what a CD player is though.
Hey, man, this is a recorder.
Yeah.
So,
But you
Some
wanna
of the
know,
music played out of.
you wanna know, Bobby Condas, we're not trying to date you. We're not trying to make
All right. First of all, yes. So Bobby Condas was definitely part of the beginning of our movement in Flatbush as far as like when I talk about Panamanian culture, well, reggae in Spanish and Panamanians even being recognized as Panamanians because a lot of growing up, everybody used to think that we were Jamaican. So yes. So GS is completely right when he says that he is part of the beginning of our movement in Flatbush. Please do it, Vika. Do what? What you want me to do? Interview Bobby Condas again? All right, let me play.
you feel old.
nah,
We're just
man,
trying to-
but he built the thing. So,
we feel it's imperative that we let the people know
Yeah.
how instrumental you were in
Our lives.
our upbringing when we
Definitely.
were coming
No,
up.
that's
Yeah.
love. And
You know what I'm
there's
saying?
a lot of younger people say that, and the same stories that you guys have are the stories that I had.
Mhm.
That when I aspired to get in the game, and I used to listen to people and put them on cassette
right.
and listen and go to dance and buy the cassettes. And I was a vinyl junkie. I feel like I'm like a music nerd. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
would go to basements and dig out records and wherever. You know what I'm saying? And
Sure.
it's just a love for music.
So that was the start of the Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby
well,
that
I was DJing before I started Massive B and Massive Sounds.
Wow.
And I did some production before that as well. And I was doing mixes.
I want to get there, by the way, because I know you have some records out right now, but we're gonna get.
Yeah, but even back, I like some of my first productions was like around 1990.
Wow. Could you name
Wow.
name a
Yeah,
few?
well, I did some house.
All right, guys, I am not going to play this whole entire interview, but you guys can check out the video if you go to Reggae Talk Podcast. I was a co-host when podcasting first started podcasting. before anybody was really podcasting, I was a co-host on the Reggae Talk podcast. Shout out to Reggae Music Forever. But we'll see. I'm gonna work on that and see if I could get Bobby Condors in an interview again. We'll see. You guys are turning my channel into an interview channel. I thought you guys wanted to know what it was like living in Panama. Matter of fact, I should text right now to line up that interview. I'm texting. I'm texting right now. I see some people in here. Let me know if you want me to interview Bobby Condors, and then, because I never knew that. I had what was it? That he was La Atrevida's album producer. I had no idea that was the case. But I will reach out to him and see. All right, I'm gonna put it in the description box so you guys can watch it. Hold on. So you can watch it on your own. I don't want to bore you guys with this. Here you go. That's the link. If you're interested in seeing the full video, but I will try to get Bobby Condors on V-Girl TV. We should try to get Bobby Condors to even come to Panama. How about that? That would actually be a pretty cool interview. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that. Just for you guys, just for my B squad. You see all that I do for you guys? All that I do for you guys on the channel. Anyway, guys, I am going to work on getting that Bobby Condors interview. The day that I do get that Bobby Condors interview, you guys better appreciate me. You guys better make sure that my subscriber count gets to 7,000. I'm trying to actually get to 10,000, but I'll take 7,000 in 2 months. Okay? So I need you guys to share, so we can get the subscriber count, because getting Bobby Condors to come on my channel, it depends. It's going to depend, but we're going to see. I'm going to send him a message right now. I don't do fixed interviews. I try to keep it 100. I always try to keep it real. I don't like to play games with people. This is why I really, really appreciate what I do, because I don't have any ties to anybody. I don't work for anyone. I work for myself. And I like to make sure that I keep it so real with you guys in every sense or form. All right, guys, I am going to head out. I'm going to try to work on this Bobby Condors interview per your request, because we got a couple of interviews lined up between this week and next week. So you'll have content, because I'm going on vacation for a little bit. So I won't be recording, but I'll have plenty of content for you to watch while I'm gone. But I'm going to go. I'm going to head out. And so I will see you guys later. don't forget, check out my webinar, guys. Check out the webinar. It's available right now on the website, www.vgirltv.com. And as usual, thank you guys for always tuning in. Bye now.